Coming up, Roses for Andy Ruiz.
And we are live for the Clash of the Dunes, Ruiz versus Joshua 2. It is officially on. I wanted to wait until the actual press conference starts, and it is live. You got one person on the chat. Salute to you. Psych. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and we're coming through with the New York press conference now, and we're going to cover it blow by blow. Hopefully it's more entertaining than the one in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to let people to load up on the chat. We got 10 on the chat. Counterpunch to all 10. Where are we at in this crazy world?
In that first fight against Lennox Lewis, he's got the tools to do it. But Anthony Joshua is not a joke. I mean, Anthony Joshua, Todd, has been negatively affected by the fact that he got stopped in the social media age. Imagine what would have been said if when Douglas stopped Tyson, we had Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all these things. Same thing with Lennox Lewis and Rockmont.
Yeah, these guys, I think you can definitely tell from
using social media. So I think we're being a little too hard on Anthony Joshua. I think
Mark Peterson, Best Boxing News Channel. Shout out to Counterpunch. Appreciate your support, brother. Counterpunch back to you. You can tell by the noise, by the atmosphere, that this is already better than Saudi Arabia. You can tell this actually sounds like a true press conference. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be, yes, he should have taken an intermediate fight. That being said,
looks like a small ballroom, though. It's not big, but this is supposed to be in Madison Square Garden. Of course, this is where everything went down. The dramatic night that both fighters went down. Andy Ruiz had the upset of the decade. Mr. Glock, thanks, Counterpunch. You're great. Thank you, brother. Appreciate your support. Counterpunch to you, Mr. Glock.
To fight Tyson Fury. This was Anthony Joshua's chance to control the process. I don't blame him one bit for taking advantage of that. You know, we've had some fantastic
Big Philly Style 87. Big up from the UK. Let's go, Counterpunch. Counterpunch to you, brother. This is just starting. You haven't missed anything. If you want to check it out, it's on Sky Sports and The Zone. Okay. They're still doing the preliminaries, so I'm assuming they're trying to get everyone together. You know how it was in Saudi Arabia. We had horses. It looks like it was Saudi Arabia. What are you going to do? George Underwood, Prime Marcos Maidana versus Sean Porter. Who wins? Ooh, dirty, murky fight, spectacular. I don't know. It depends on who can impose each other's will. Jim Carlson, Counterpunch from Sweden. Counterpunch to you, Jim. Let's get some likes in here. Let's get 15 likes. There's 15 people on the chat. Let me know you're in the building. Where's the press conference? Joshua Cotto. It is in New York. And then tomorrow it will be in London. Man, you know, press conferences are mentally draining. Okay, you got to sell the fight. You got to travel a lot. You have to do a lot of promotion, you know, and the boxers have to understand they have to do a lot of self-promotions. John Williams, Counterpunch to you. You're from Spain. Shout outs to Spain. Ooh. I like how The Zone, they promote all their shit through, you know, even when they're breaking, you know what I mean? Because it's a sports channel, people. It's not just boxing. It's a sports channel. It's kind of like the Netflix of boxing. And it's going to go far. We got about 2.4 million subscribers in the U.S. Velasquez. Counterpunch from San Bernardino. Counterpunch to you, brother. Ashley Horn, AJ to knock Ruiz out in the 9th. Bold prediction. I like it. I like bold predictions. You know, back how you feel. Show how you feel. Wilson, AJ will be menacing in December. Mark my words. Another bold prediction. Counterpunch to that. Oh. You know, UFC is very entertaining, though. You know, I just wish their like when someone hits the floor, I wish their rules were a little different. You know what I mean? You hit the floor and he starts pounding you. That's it. It's like I don't know. It would seem like to me, the referee could, give him a standing 8 or something like that. Lex Gaming White T, is anyone as excited to see this fight as I am? Dude, I'm really excited to see it. I'm really excited to see the fighters progress because, they're going to train. Andy Ruiz is training for speed. So is Joshua. Joshua's training for speed, slickness, mobility. He's training for those. He's definitely training for all that. So both sides have to make adjustments because they know that the other fighter's going to have a game plan, So I'm very excited to see it. Very. Lucy J, good evening, Kurt. Tell you what, a lot of people here in the UK are getting hyped for the rematch. I know a lot of people are getting hyped. General, salute General. Manda Solo S, counterpunch to you. Sal, counterpunch from Philin, California. Thank you. I appreciate you. Counterpunch back to you. George Underwood. AJ needs to throw a lot of different jabs like Kovalev did to Yard. Yeah, he does. It starts with the jab. Ezra Houston, counterpunch from the place of my work here in Calgary. Counterpunch to you. I got AJ within 7. I don't know. I don't know about early. I think late. I think it'll be like something like a Klitschko-like situation where he knocks Klitschko out. I think it still's going to be some scares in there, That Ninja E, counterpunch to you from Savannah, Georgia. Counterpunch the Ninja E. I did a show there in Savannah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. I love Savannah. Counterpunch from Brazil. Brazil. Counterpunch back to you, brother. I think AJ needs a guy like Klitschko for his jab. He does. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for the longest. Straight to DVD. Counterpunch love from the UK. Counterpunch back to you. Straight to DVD. Jim Carlson. Is Joshua going to absolute destroy Ruiz in the rematch? I don't know. I know he's going to make adjustments, and I know that's his very intention. Did you see his face yesterday? Did you see his face yesterday? Again, he looked like a pissed off security guard outside a strip club. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm actually, that's a bit of a lie. I'm not feeling amazing because we just had a 14-hour flight from Serbia.
If it goes late, Ruiz knocks him out because he still has Rob McCracken. I don't think it's about Rob McCracken. It's about his strength and conditioning. Who he hires for his strength and conditioning means a lot. Because what is his big deal? Stamina. His big deal is stamina, man. Everybody thinks, it's chin. I have to believe it's his stamina. Yes, Ruiz will be ready, Sal. Ruiz will be ready. I would hate for him not to be ready. I would hate for all this shit to go to his head because he needs to be 100%. I don't want to see any fighter come in, one at 75%, the other one at 100. No, I want to see both people 100% ready for the fight. I don't believe Deontay Wilder's philosophy. Every fighter never comes in at 100%. I don't believe that. Yeah. You're the only one. Joshua will beat him in the rematch. He's going to fight him from the outside and lots of jabs with combination. He's definitely going to be more cautious, but I think that could happen the first 2 or 3 rounds. But Ruiz then is going to be instructed to move on the inside because he's going to have to, because you don't want this fight, off your home turf to go like it happened with Parker. So they're going to enforce. They're like, we're not going to fuck this up like we did Parker. We're not going to be mediocre. We're not going to be regular. We're going to be aggressive. Okay. Lucy J, I think AJ will be very weary of Ruiz's speed. Then AJ's confidence will build up and knock him out in the late rounds. Lucy J, bold prediction. Ashley Horn, best boxing channel on YouTube. Would love to see you for some interviews in the future with boxing promoters. Excellent channel. Thank you, Ashley Horn. Counterpunch to you. That is all in the making. Believe me.
40 million people in Saudi Arabia. 70% of them are under the age of 25.
Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in the world. Do you agree? Hey, he's on the up and up. But as a promoter, you're only good as the people that you promote. You know what I'm saying? So right now, he has a lot of people, and he's bringing in more and more talent. So yes, he's one of the top. He's one of the top, if not the top. Because Al Heyman, he has these loyal subjects over there, but a lot of people are moving. They're leaving, like Bob Arum. Look, promoters have a certain lifespan. Okay, they have a certain lifespan, and it's like when you see it, like look at Don King. Don King was the man back in the 90s. Shit, the 80s, the 70s. So was Bob Arum. Those were the two. Now they're getting old. So Bob Arum's still holding on. Don King is damn near extinct, right? He has maybe 2 or 3 fighters, but he doesn't promote like he used to. But he used to be the man's in them, right? This is how it's going. Look at Eddie Hearn's father. Look at Barry Hearn. He had to step down. He had a heart attack. It's a shelf life. You make a certain amount of money. You promote. I know promoters' career is a lot longer than a boxer's, but you're only hot for so long. You can maintain, but it depends on your business IQ. Okay. And again, no one has said anything shitty about Eddie Hearn as far as payment. Word of the day, you should talk trash with T Street. Why would I want to talk trash with T Street? Have nothing against T Street controversy. Israel. AJ needs to hire Klitschko to the jab Ruiz and tire him. Yep, jab and grab. That will nullify anything Ruiz tries to do. Ruiz would have to work on his counterpunching, but it's hard to counterpunch from a certain distance, okay? He would have to circle around Joshua if Joshua lets him get in position, but he has to get past the jab. That's if Joshua is conditioned enough to use the jab like he's supposed to and work off his back foot. We don't know. See, it's up to strength and conditioning people. You know what I'm saying? Look, Rob McCracken could only show him what to do with so many techniques, okay? But as far as strength and conditioning, that's about his stamina, his rest. If he's up all hours of the night, if he has problems sleeping, he could be in trouble because he could be gassed out in the first sign of the first adrenaline burst. Adrenaline is a good thing, but only for so long. It's like adrenaline is like a big ass Snicker bar. It gives you energy for a certain amount of time. But what happens after that comes down, you're tired, okay? Because it gives you this extra gift, this extra you know what I mean? And after that, it's over. I agree with you. Joshua lost in New York because he got tired and almost at the brink of collapse before the ref stopped. Yeah, man. That dude was fatigued. You know who he reminded me of? He kind of reminded me of Conor McGregor when Conor McGregor fought Floyd when he fought Floyd and Diaz. Stamina, people. It ain't chin. Willie Boy slipped and moved. Hey, Kurt, I think AJ will be ready and focused this time, but I can't pick a winner. Me neither. I'm with you. Sion Murphy, give me a shout out. Sion Murphy, counterpunch to you, sir. Gentleman's game. What's up, brother? He's in the building. The gentleman's in the building.
Next level. There's no question. Anthony Joshua's loyal to Rob McCracken, as he should be.
If AJ wins, Wilder will go hiding. You know what? That would be one of the primary reasons I would want Joshua just to win over Ruiz, because I want to see what people are really made of. Because people talk a lot of shit. Especially when they figure, that's almost like hold me back. You know what I mean? Knowing damn well you don't want to fight. I want to see if Deontay Wilder really means what he says. Bear was doing too much with promoting boxing, darts, and snooker. Not trash, LOL. He's live right now. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure he is. He covers all the live fights and stuff like that. He goes live more than a lot of people, on YouTube. So shouts out to him. Grab. Who do you think will win, honestly? I don't know. It's too hard. It's too close. They haven't even started. Well, Andy hasn't started training camp yet. Sean Peterson, counterpunch to you. Eddie is trying to move Middle East to the top place for boxing, as the U.S. won't let him there. Pretty clever, really, as they have so much cash there. Look, money talks. Money talks, my friend. You know, Jace 4130. Money talks. I mean, it's not about it, America. He's doing well over here. You know, don't believe that. It's just he knows he has to expand. He knows that. And he knows if that money's over there and they're forking up money to have those venues there, by God, they're going there. That's it. They're going over there. You know, because money, and Eddie's not an idiot. Eddie knows. So he got the bloody money, mate. Let's fucking going. It's coming up, Thomas. Thomas Frederick, the press conference is coming up. I guess they're waiting for everybody to get ready. I thought it would start by now, honestly, because, you know, it's supposed to start at 1, and we're 30 minutes in on the zone. That's why I wanted to wait until it started, but I'm like, well, hell, we might as well get the build up, get people in. You know what I mean? Robski, one face, one name, one chump. Wow. Damn. Mandasolo S. Wilder won't fight until Master Heyman says so. He can't, because it's Master Heyman. Counterpunch to you, Mandasolo S. Ushi, Dokia, singing in Counterpunch. Good evening from London. Good evening to you. Counterpunch to you. Andre Golden, did you get you rematch Kurt after you got Ruiz? Did you get?
That's not a year on the zone, is it? Oh no, it's a couple of months on the zone. How can you
Ruiz, I don't understand that, man. I can't. Too many typos. King, to this day, Wilder is no good. To this day, he'll knock you out though.
This is, as the kids say, it's sick, Chris. It's sick. Look at that. The first one up, Devin Haney, who I regard as one of the top
Pearson, counterpunch to the legend. Counterpunch back to you, Dermont.
If he wins next week,
will the event be the biggest one this year? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is the biggest fight of the year. There's no other fight. What other fight can compete to Ruiz, Joshua? 2. Don't worry, I'll wait. I always thought it would be cool to hold more fights internationally. Yeah, because these are world champions at the end of the day. Okay, these are not champions of the UK. They're from the UK. They're from America, but don't mean they have to fight and host a fight there all the time. Show the rest of the world that boxing is still alive. Show the rest of the world that you are the world champ. That's why you're doing that, right? You conquer nations. Look at Ali. He went to Manila. He went to Africa. He went all over England. He went everywhere to fight. That's how you're supposed to do it when you're a world champ. Not just at Caesar Palace or Mandalay Bay. You know what I mean? That's just one place in Vegas. Why? Because they got betting there. They're going to bet on the fight anyway. You don't have to host a fight there to bet there. You know, they're going to bet on those fights anyway. Benatti, salute. I always thought it would be cool. Yeah, definitely. A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. This means that an object that is in motion will not change its velocity unless an unbalanced force acts upon it. AJ can stop Ruiz. Wow. Deep. Yeah, but that's absolutely true.
Canelo's going to fight who Canelo wants to fight. So my advice to Gennady was, let's make our own moves. Let's have our own strategy. And the Derevyanchenko fight fell into place.
Oh, yeah, he's talking about Golovkin, and I got to counterpunch that later after this podcast. That'll be later on tonight, though. You know, because Eddie Hearn's, you know, Eddie Hearn now is in charge of Gennady Golovkin's career right now. They did a merge. No, he's pretty much, he signed Eddie Hearn to do his promotion in Forum. He's his promoter. You know what I'm saying? That's basically all that means.
Many years left in the tank. He wants to fight Canelo, but I think the Derevyanchenko fight style-wise will be outstanding. I think Danny Jacobs.
AJ's loss reminds me of Klitschko when he went and got. You know what? I thought of that too, Lex Gaming. I thought of Klitschko. You know, because Klitschko has been upset a couple times. You know what I mean? Corey Sanders. I remember that fight. And that shit came out of nowhere. And it was kind of the same thing because, you know, Klitschko had him hurt. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, 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 boom. He took Klitschko's ass out. And they stopped the fight. They stopped it pretty much the same way. You know, I think Klitschko was, well, Joshua was pretty fucking hurt too. Let's be real. You know, he was pretty hurt. You know, he went down 4 times. But he's not hurt, you know? Wilder nose ring is a bad business. Oh, man. Damn, he does have a nose ring, huh? Tyler, I haven't really realized that. Tyler Ramsey? Samuel Fagade. Good evening from London, my favorite boxing channel. Keep up the good work. Counterpunch to you. Thank you for the support. Shouts out to the UK. Saludos de la Costa Blanca, España. Oh, salud. Keep up the great work, my man. Counterpunch back to you. The dangerous AJ will show up and knock out in round 3. You know what? That would be so symbolic, though. Right? That would be some symbolic shit. If AJ knocks out Ruiz in the 3rd round when he got in trouble in the first fight, that would be awesome. But, you know, this is boxing. Who knows? Boxing is symbolic at times, right?
Obviously, we came into the US market with the zone. We've seen the pay-per-view buyers in America were huge. I said to him,
I'm asking about your ex-chick. Oh, yeah. Who was the cop? Ruiz and he dropped you. You just told us that story. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, you got to explain, my man. Yeah, that's... Look. She hit me with that punch right here. Wait. No, she hit me with the right, so she hit me right here. Right? And it was like a knuckle shot. The shit was crazy. I'm like, where the hell you learned that at? Because when I came to, I was like, dude, you know.
Last thing, you're wearing 10-ounce gloves. I nearly dropped to the floor. But I said, if you want to do this properly, we've got to have a professional.
Yeah, Andre, yeah, she put my ass down, man. So that shit can happen. It can happen. So, you know, you get caught in the right place, man. You know, it's a pressure point. It's your temple. That's your temple area right there. You know?
Not just them doing it properly, but also the elite level of the sport.
Lots of chat, no money given till this day. Oh, man. Floyd Mayweather is the ultimate world champ. Amanda Solo S. Floyd Mayweather is a bad man. Hi from Bunny, Scotland. AJ will knock him down a few times. That would be awesome to have multiple knockdowns in 2 fights.
November the 9th, it's going to be totally wild, totally mad. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Why I don't get alerts about your live stream? Man, I don't know. That's YouTube shit. You know what I mean? If you hit the bell icon, you might get a little something, but I don't know. YouTube's tripping, man. They need to update their shit. Who is the most hated boxer of the last 20 years? Probably Floyd Mayweather. You know what? I take that back.
He thought he'd be aligned for Canelo and Golovkin. He obviously is not. We saw Charlo announce
Antonio Margarito. There. I think he's the most hated.
What can you do?
I think he's the most hated boxer in the last 20 years. Because, I mean, the shit he pulled, you know, because we don't know what type of career-altering effects he did on fighters because we don't know how long he was cheating, putting that shit in his gloves. So, yeah, I would say Antonio Margarito. Definitely. Big D London is good to take fights worldwide, but Eddie intends to stage all the big fights in Middle East as he only after the biggest bucks. Yeah, Big D London, I think he's going to, you know, he's going to mix it up, though. But he ain't going to forget about Saudi Arabia. Because when he sees that big-ass check in his eyes light up, he knows he's going to promote or prepare the next fight there.
Last week or a couple weeks ago, he said Demetrius Andrade is the best fighter in boxing.
Hey man, did I miss something? Greetings from Dan. No, you haven't missed shit, old man. No, you haven't. You're still talking. I don't know what they're doing back there. There are damn near 40 minutes in, and we haven't seen shit yet. No. So no, you haven't missed anything. Hey, no guys, I want to fight Bones and Canelo. Why do people dislike AJ so much? Thomas Fredericks, I think they were, you know, if you hear a story about a person that you follow, like let's say you follow someone like Boxing Ego. Well, Boxing Ego doesn't like AJ. He likes Wilder. He's a Wilder fan. But you know, if you hear more and more negative things about him and the way he, you know, explains things and gives his own scenario of things, you'd probably get a perception like, man, AJ's a bitch. You know what I mean? Unless you know, if you're one of those people. A lot of times, okay, you know how someone says something about someone and you're like, damn, that's fucked up. What a fucker, right? Damn. You know, that dude's a real piece of shit, or that chick's a real piece of shit, or something like that. Well, you know, if you don't look for another opinion or dig in deep, that's what you're going to hear, so that's what you're going to ride with. So when you do hear something else, you're already got in your mind of what you heard, you're qualifying what you heard, right? And you're like, okay, you know, no, that dude's a piece of shit because I heard old boy say that he's a piece of shit. So basically you're qualifying it from someone else's opinion, and that's what people do. So that's why channels that have narratives and don't split things up the middle and don't really, and they're catering to one side, only going to talk one-sided. So if you only listen to a channel that's one-sided, that's the type of perception you're going to get, a one-sided perception, you know, of everything. Versus, let me look at this channel and let me look at this channel. Let me see what this guy has to say. And let me see what this guy over here has to say. And then you draw your own conclusion. That's the best way you can do it. But that's if you're an independent individual, and a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are followers. They're not leaders. You know, so Thomas, to answer your question, you know, if people are out there telling stories or whatnot about, you know, AJ and, you know, how they feel what happened or what their opinion is, that's what a lot of people are going to ride with, basically, you know. Nose rings are mad gay. Babs from Philly. Yes, I am live. Counterpunch to you. George Underwood. Mine is the tall middleweight who had the plaster Paris on against Cotto. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. His name is Antonio Margarito.
No, or because he doesn't have what it takes, because people have a hard time understanding. And I remember...
Yeah, it's Margarito. It's Antonio Margarito, like margarita, but with an O at the end. Same spelling. Just replace the A for an O. You know? Big respect to you. AJ is going to teach Ruiz a lesson from hell. The lion is coming back from the belts from London. John Wall, counterpunch to you. Kokomo's boxing flow, real. What's up, brother? Mad respect to you. Benatti, much respect. Do you think AJ knocks out Ruiz in the first round? What do you think? I don't know. It would have to start really fast. It had to be very surprising. I keep seeing an uppercut though, for some reason. I think Ruiz is shorter, right? The uppercut is a very effective weapon, but it's also a dangerous one, simply because a hook counters an uppercut. If anybody's seen Buster Douglas and Evander Holyfield, that's how Evander Holyfield got Buster Douglas out. Buster Douglas was going for an uppercut and got knocked out with a left hook. George, much love from Kenya. Counterpunch to you.
The same Andy Ruiz, quiet, confident, steadfast belief in his ability, but Todd.
That's true. He kind of barged himself in gentleman's game. He just kind of got close to Ruiz, and he got off those two combos that put him down to the ground. So I'm thinking, like, how will he implement that again in his arsenal? Because he really didn't do that. He caught him with straight rights, but not really a proper left hook like he caught him with in that third fight. Andy Hot Dog Ruiz is a counterpuncher, so AJ should wear him out a bit by taking him out. You think Ruiz's career will be over if he loses? Career? Sal, no, it won't be over. He'll get a couple fights, you know what I mean? He'll get some $1 million purses from Al Heyman, you know what I mean? Unless Al Heyman decides to say, hey, but I don't see Al Heyman that bad. I think he always will have the title for being former unified champion of the world. You have to remember that. If he loses, he will still be the former unified champion of the world. We can't say that about Tyson Fury. But we can't say that about Wilder to this day. So, yeah, he can make a name off that because he upset the guy if he wins or loses again. If he wins, it's on.
7,000. Now it's up to 16. You never know.
All right, without further ado, let's send it now to the stage and the master of ceremony himself. You just heard from him. You're going to get some more. Plenty of Eddie Hearn to go around.
Okay, Joshua, just sit down, people. Andy Ruiz, he has a sombrero on. Sombrero!
Your seats, please, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wow.
Tampa, Florida in the house. DJ Rick, counterpunch to you.
What have we got here then? The biggest fight of the year. The rematch.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank God for the blessing of me and the family. I love you, Mom. You don't have to work no more. Don't have to struggle. Yeah, that's true, brother.
Who would have thought it? Who would have
And that's from Andy Ruiz.
Saudi
I doubt that's him. Because Andy's right here. It's another Andy.
Across America. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports box office in the UK. And of course with all our broadcasters all over the world. We want to thank a few people for making this possible. Of course, I've just mentioned the broadcasters. We want to thank Omar Khalil from Skills Challenge Entertainment. We want to thank the GSA in Saudi Arabia, Prince Khalid, who is here with us today, who would not let this fight go. You know, we were there, we were set for Cardiff. He said no. Times are changing, things are changing. This is the biggest fight in boxing. We want this fight in Saudi Arabia. And he got it. Shannon Briggs, how you doing at the back there? Thank you.
Uh-oh, Shannon's in the bounce. Let's go, champ. I love that dude.
We all experienced something quite unique. The hospitality that we received in Saudi Arabia was first class. But the event production, the logistics in Didia,
Asaf Mohammed.
completely.
Big up from a noble. You're the best, man. Appreciate you.
Grown up around this sport and been involved with this sport for more than 30 years, I've realising that there is a new force in world boxing and we have to embrace that. And on December the 7th, you will witness an event that you will never forget. Major heavyweight fights of the past where the venues took people by surprise. The Rumble in the Jungle, the Thriller in Manila. Trust me when I say this event is of the same ilk. On June the 1st, we brought a sold-out Madison Square Gardens to their feet with these two warriors. One of the fights of the year, one of the great upsets of heavyweight boxing. Perhaps this man didn't believe it was an upset. But now the whole world is watching for the rematch, and it will be truly epic. I want to bring a few people to the stage before we
Logan
talk to
Paul,
the fighters'
Lex
teams.
Gaming.
This young man on my right has come into the sport of boxing after a couple of
It's a
months.
good question to Unknown Guardians. I don't know why people have that.
Last in the sport of boxing because it is a unique business. He's still here. He's still thriving. Because this is the thing about boxing, isn't it? Once you touch it, once you
AJ looks like Butterbean for sure.
And this is what
He
the
can
Middle
fight
East
though.
is also going
Butterbean
to
could throw some hands too.
when they
Chris
see this
Serrato in
race.
the house. Counterpunch to you, brother.
DAZN has been a
Joshua
revelation
comes out and
for
puts
fight
him
fans.
away early, in my opinion.
We started 8 or 9 months ago.
What's up,
People said, "Oh, this will never last. Who are they
CPBN?
gonna get?"
You're the man. Love you, brother.
Anthony Joshua,
Thank
Andy
you.
Ruiz, number
Appreciate it,
one.
Mr.
Canelo
Lewis.
Alvarez,
Big up,
Danny
Lewis.
Jacobs, Alexander Usyk, Gennady Golovkin, Devin Haney next week at the Garden. The schedule is out of this world. Sprinkle in a little bit of KSI Logan Paul to keep all you hardcore journalists really happy at the sold-out Staples Arena, and you are going to see a new dawn of boxing via this wonderful...
Thoughts on Barbershop Boxing YouTube channel. So biased. I really don't watch him, honestly. You know, I hear him. He'll say something. I counterpunch him a couple times, but I don't. Nah. You know, LDBC channel. They have to talk a certain narrative. You know, if they didn't, they wouldn't be LDBC. You know.
After a lot of chat and a lot of bluster over the summer, two things to us at DAZN are pretty clear right now.
Michael, you can watch it on Sky Sports or DAZN, wherever you are. So if you're in the US, DAZN. If you're anywhere else, if you're in the UK, it's Sky Sports.
The likes of before.
I just think of thinking Ruiz was hurt.
Quality fight sports matchups, really rivaling the top tier seasons.
Or yep, DAZN YouTube channel. Absolutely. I forget the Zone has a YouTube channel, so you can watch it there. It's live. Yeah, Gentleman's Game. I seen Shannon Briggs in the back. Extra $2 million, absolutely. On Donata, extra $2 million. Hey, look, Shannon is stalking. He's probably gonna start talking shit at Eddie. But Eddie, look, Eddie acknowledged him though, you know, so he kind of diffused the situation, you know, because Shannon Briggs is probably one of them cats that, you know, he probably feels disrespected because you got to remember, he's from New York. Oh, you see me, Betty? I mean, Eddie? Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. He'll go in there and fuck everything up. He'll pull the Jarrell Miller up in there. But he'll do it for real. You know, look, Jarrell Miller don't play. You know what I mean? But Shannon Briggs is like the father of Jarrell Miller. He gave birth to Jarrell Miller when it comes to shit talking. ABS1, what's good, brother? Counterpunch. In the house. He's killing it with the boxing schedule. Yeah, man, they got so many people. Now it's just, but you got to remember, people had to go somewhere after HBO. So it's expected at the end of the day. Not everybody's going to run to PBC because not everyone particularly liked PBC when they started. If you know what I'm saying, like Golden Boy, they tried to sue him. Bob Arum, they didn't like him. So if you were with those guys and you fought on HBO, where are you going to go? Right? Okay, De La Hoya moved more to the DAZN, you know, platform with Canelo signing that big deal, and everyone wanted a piece of that DAZN money when they found out that shit was real and legit in America. So that's exactly what they did.
Thanks, Joseph. Before
Daniel Hernandez, what's good, brother? Back with you. Counterpunch to you, man. Welcome back.
One partner has been with us forever, really, from our inception into sport boxing. It's Sky Sports in the UK. We've been their exclusive promoter for many years now, and there's no place we'd rather be because, like us,
Joshua looks nervous.
For the sport.
Maybe he's thinking about flashbacks and shit.
Over the last few years, who's continuously supported major events.
Andy Ruiz kind of looks high. He looks high. Joshua looks nervous.
Record crowds of 90,000 at Wembley, 80,000
like he's
at the Millennium Stadium.
I don't know, like he's focused on something, like, you know, like someone like is watching something. He's looked like he has this like intense gaze or something.
Quit through the years, and I want to bring
But you could, you know, you could look at that being that way, like an intense gaze. I don't know, different emotions with him.
Thanks, Eddie. We've been covering boxing
Because he looks like he's about to take a test. You know what I'm saying? Joshua looks like he's about to take a test. Briggs is the new foreman. Dirty old man, 66 gaming. We'll see. Why do LDBC hate on Lomachenko so much? You know why? Because Lomachenko is not black. There, I said it. That's it. You know, I mean, that's it. Boxing can make it a comeback for sure. I love it. But you know something funny about the LDBC channels? Like, you don't, they speak the same logo and shit, but like some of them are more extreme than others. Like 78 Sports and like Barbershop Conversations, I believe they are more the hardcore. Like they talk more shit to like get themselves in trouble. Shit like that. Iron Horse SB. Boxing is making a comeback for sure. Absolutely. You can also watch it on Matchroom Boxing Live. AJ looks like he's ready to fight. He looks like he's about to take a test or something. New York gave AJ PTSD.
For Sky and for Britain, and Andy Ruiz has been great for the sport of boxing. So
yeah, he does look like. I think he's thinking about that shit though, honestly. I think AJ's like thinking like, dude, what happened in this bitch? I'm back. You know?
Probably the only two that I've seen with my eyes that matched up.
But you know what? Andy Ruiz looks high. Joshua looks kind of nervous to me. He looks nervous. Or mad. But you know something? Both of these guys are just probably tired as shit. You know, I'm trying to place a bet, Kurt. What do you do about an 8th round KO by AJ? The odds are 14-1. I stopped betting a long time ago, brother.
Thank you, Adam. We're going to go to the teams now. We're going to start with the champion. He's got an extra man up here, a very important man in the life of Andy Ruiz. Of course, his father. I don't think there was many more proud individuals at Madison Square Garden that night.
Andy looking for food. Those tips really helped, bro. I did the best in my sparring. Thank you, man. Jack Ord, I'm glad you did a good job. Did you record it? If you recorded it, man, that would be good. So that I can see what you've, see what you're working with. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Just inbox it to Counterpunch Boxing News Facebook. Kevin Naylor. Yeah, he looks annoyed. Yeah, like PTSD is a good diagnosis. You know?
Invitamos a todos los mexicanos para que asistan allá y va a ser una pelea magnífica, dura para mi hijo, dura para Anthony Joshua, un gran hombre Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearns, que hizo la pelea y vamos preparados para todos y vamos con todo y vamos a salir victoriosos de la pelea esta, vamos a hacer historia en Arabia y traernos los títulos para México y Estados Unidos. Arriba Mexico.
I like how his dad said that. He said Mexico and Estados Unidos. You know what I mean? Not just Mexico. Viva Mexico.
He's not
you
sure
know?
his son can do it again, but he's going to try. But he thinks that for this occasion, AJ will get the win.
Or maybe Loma get opportunity. Blacks will never be, will be biased.
Now, a man that's in charge of trying to get that victory for Anthony Joshua, a man that has been by his side from the early days before.
I love an underdog story. You look like a black Ruiz, homie.
The head trainer for Anthony Joshua, Robert McCracken.
Damn, AJ not playing.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough night.
Dude, I'm trying to look mad. Hearn made a joke, and AJ is like, dude, I'm trying to look mad.
Don't think Andy was himself that night, but at the same time, that looks like an excuse because Andy Ruiz was fantastic on the night, and he's a very, very good fighter. We already knew that, and we know.
Look at AJ popping his knuckles and shit. What the hell is that about?
Go and work hard with his dad, and they'll be in tip-top shape.
Even McCracken said shit. He didn't look like himself.
Saudi Arabia. So Anthony knows what he's facing, and I do as well because I took a little bit of flack as well from the.
Ben Edwards, counterpunch to you, brother. Favoring Cameroon. Thank you for the super chat in the house. Counterpunch to you. Thank you for your support. Rob McCracken has a lot to prove to everyone to come to this fight. Azim, Andy Ruiz is awesome. Yes, he is awesome.
And Anthony's motivated because he knows what's in front of him, and
he's a hell of a fighter.
To get the belts back. I think what boxing's going to gain.
Wonder would have wished he is being covered.
And I think we're going to get a great
but
fight.
It is Ruiz Joshua.
7th in Saudi, and it's going to be fantastic. Thank you.
I know, right? Tafita, that's like
the head trainer for Andy Ruiz, of course, the iconic.
Yeah, he wants it all to be about him. To this day.
Square Garden have been everywhere. We're sick of seeing them now, to be honest with you. But Manny Robles believed his charge could win.
He was nervous yesterday too. He was still not okay. He's looking so nervous.
The head trainer for Andy Ruiz Jr., Manny Robles.
Shit's frustrating though. You got to think about it, man. It's like if you really think about
the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for having us and giving us that warm welcoming that we had yesterday. It was unbelievable. Obviously, thank the city of New York.
Does it look like AJ might have lost some muscle mass?
Plain and simple.
Shit. Maybe it'd be a good thing. Because here's the thing. It's hard to convince people. Muscles get you in trouble when you're naturally not that big. If you're bulking up just to bulk up for whatever reason, to look a certain way, or whatever. Okay, fine. But Joshua didn't look like that. He didn't look like that 6 years ago. He was smaller. He was a lot smaller. He was like Ali frame. And then he went from an Ali frame to a big, tall Mike Tyson frame. And that's the problem. He's not naturally that big. So if he does slim down, his heart and lungs can take that amount of oxygen, the proper amount of oxygen that his body naturally is supposed to carry. If he's carrying more than that, you're in trouble. That's what happened.
You will see a great fight that night. Thank you.
Do you think it's weird that Ruiz team are now giving nothing but praise to AJ? No, because people are like that. I remember AJ said in an interview, and it made a lot of sense. People talk that shit until you get in their face, or when they're doing interviews, they talk freely about a person when that person's not around. You know what I'm saying? So no, it doesn't surprise me at all. You know? Jack Ord, I will film in next time, but I can't guarantee me being any good. Also, you do a good podcast with the True Board, KSI Logan, and just boxing in general. You know, man, thank you, first of all, for the super chat. Thank you for the support. Send me that, man, and show what you got, because you got to start somewhere. Jack, you got to start somewhere in boxing. I mean, it's not about how good you are. You have to learn from a certain point. You know what I mean? It's not the fact that you are like, oh, well, you know, born an experienced guy.
I lost in the European quarterfinals. Imagine I stopped then. There'll be no now. I lost in the World Championship finals. Imagine I stopped then. There'll be no now. So I feel like stopping isn't in my DNA. To continue, and as long as I have breath in me, I'll keep on fighting for the passion of boxing. More so, to carry the sport as an ambassador of the sport, and for an ambassador of championship level fighting. I feel like that's where I belong. You know, ever since I got into boxing, I've just tried to rise to the top. Never wanted to be mediocre with it. I'm born with a fighting spirit. I know how to fight. And the blessing is that people reflect it as you lost the titles. You lost your titles. And I always say is that to lose something is to never get it back. I lost X. That means that you're never going to get it back. But I believe, and I'm certain, that I have a second chance, December 7th. We didn't have no warm-up fights. I'm not gun shy. I'm looking forward to getting back in at December 7th and reclaiming my belts. Shannon Briggs, can I get a let's go champ? Can I get a let's go champ? That's what I'm talking about, let's go champ. Shannon Briggs talks about the times he was down and out, when nobody believed in him.
Look how he's spinning it.
I think everyone in this room has been through certain things where nobody believed in them. And nobody in this room would be here if they gave up. And that's where Let's Go Champ comes into my life right now. Thank you very much.
Nice. Look at AJ. Then he brought Shannon the Cannon in for an ambassador. You know, but Let's Go Champ does mean a lot. You know, a lot of, if you know what Shannon Briggs went through, that's what he came with, that particular slogan. It's forceful, it's powerful, it's encouraging, you know, and you can apply it to everybody. Everybody can apply for Let's Go Champ. It made a lot of sense. I want to see what Andy says now, the champ.
The new mansion, the Rolls Royce, he's earned it all. He's earned it all. And on December 7th, like AJ said yesterday, the belts go in the air. And the best man
will win. You do a podcast with the True Board on KSI versus Logan and just boxing in general. You know, I'll do one on KSI versus Logan on the day. You know what I mean? Jack, I am impressed that they're doing it for real this time. 10-ounce gloves instead of the 12, no headgear, any of that, you know, padding and all that shit. The only padding they need is on their fists to protect their fists from the face. This first reminds me of Holyfield versus Tyson. I am looking forward to this fight. I bet Deontay's kicking himself. And he should be. He should have been kicking himself on fucking June 1st. Start race baiting for super chats and get 100 mods that block everyone that disagrees with you.
It's for him not to win, for him not to get these bouts.
No, not on this channel, Manda Solo S. You can disagree. I mean, that's your opinion.
So many doubters in my life that have been telling me I wasn't going to do nothing just because of my appearance, the way I look. But at least I think I'm a proof where people could say, man, if he did it, I could do it. And they could. As long as you train hard, you dedicate yourself, and you believe what you want to do. So what I believe in December 7th, the same results is going to happen. I'm going to train my ass off. God's in my side. And we're going to win. para México, vamos a ganar todo. Vamos a regresar estos cinturones para México. Como tengo la sangre de mexicanos y con todo mi equipo, y vamos a lograr todo. Gracias a Dios, toda la gente. Gracias.
Toda la gente. And you know what? Ruiz made a good point. You know, a lot of people has probably been picking on him, fucking with him all his life because of his, you know, his weight, the way he looks. You know what I mean? And he is a good ambassador. You got two ambassadors. You got an ambassador over the generalized ambassador, the muscular, statuesque, like Ambassador Anthony Joshua. Then you got a different type of ambassador for people that don't look like Anthony Joshua. That's the Homer Simpsons. That's the Peter Griffins. You know, the Chris Farleys, the John Candys. These people exist in life. Not everyone's supposed to be Hollywood. Not everybody's built to be a model, you know. But then again, now we have plus size models, right? So knowing that and understanding that, Andy Ruiz is an example of that. So that's what he was saying in a nutshell.
Cancel his train ticket, please, or his plane ticket. Thank you, Shannon, and thanks for all the media.
I wonder what the hell he's drinking. Probably orange juice. Yeah, that's true. Let's go, champ. Good old Briggs. I love Shannon the Cannon. You know, he has a video game, man, and I was playing. I got hooked on that shit for like 3 months. It's called Let's Go, Champ. It's on, I kid you not, it's a real video game. Kind of like Mario, more like Donkey Kong. But you just keep going and going until you die. You know, you keep getting points and, you know, beating your score, because that's a true game. AJ got that good mouthpiece. Yeah, he does. You know?
We saw one in Saudi Arabia, and if it's anything like the other, 20 or 30 times they've done this, dating back to their first fight, don't expect them to hit each other or to push each other or things to get ugly, correct?
3 months ago,
Boxing Logic United. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, sir. Counterpunch from the UK. David Vaughn, long-term viewer. Keep it up, my man. Thank you for the support, brother.
I just saw Ruiz chug a big jug of orange juice. He's obviously not doing the low-carb diet right now.
That's a good part about being
shit, he wanted to make a bowel movement. He stay away from that meat. How do I contribute to this great job? I mean, paying my dues. As far as what? Boxing? I don't know what you're asking. AJ, man, you can tell he doesn't even want to stand next to Ruiz. Yeah, he's pissed off. You know, that's this kind of passive way of showing it. You know? Joshua said opening and charity fund has been harder than all his fights he will be in. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that is a good idea. A lot of fighters don't think like that when it comes to other fighters. You know, they don't think like, hey, you know.
What trainer do you think could help this camp that maybe they could at least bring in for some consultation?
Oh, look, you can look to Southern California. You can look to someone like Joe Goosen.
What are your thoughts on Skip Bayless' boxing knowledge, and do you respect his knowledge? George Underwood, to a certain degree. But, like, I used to just think he was just a Manny Pacquiao guy. I think he's just a Floyd hater. He hates Floyd. But you can't take away the fact that he was there. He's older. Skip Bayless is the guy that's seen those classic fights that I didn't see because I was too damn young. You know what I mean? I was 4 or 5. He was in his 20s or something like that. He was already in the sport. Hey, you notice that Joshua has his hands in the front this time. Fierce gaze, face to face. Look at Shannon back there. Oh shit, Ruiz broke, though. He just started smiling and shit. I think he heard Shannon though, and it broke his concentration. But George, look, it's like, I think that
the guy's now carrying 4 titles.
4 titles. And that's that IBO title back there. The Shannon the Cannon.
He has accomplished so much. And that was the pinnacle of his career. Can he repeat that?
Shit, Shannon the Cannon, hell, he owned the whole show. You know, he just lives up the street around the corner. You know?
Chris Mannix. I'm Todd Grisham. You know, an interesting story the other day, I think.
Ruiz has zero charisma. Yeah, he's kind of laid back. Like, he probably smoked a lot of weed when he was young, too. I don't know. He just, you know, he's just one of those guys, kind of monotone. You know? He has that calm, sweet voice.
There are signed contracts between Tyson Fury and Deontay.
Let's look at Butterbean. He has not exactly.
And Tyson Fury knows anything can happen
Great God.
in a fight with Anthony Joshua.
Ruiz is playing his mind games again.
Could stop Anthony Joshua, but
yeah, I mean, look, keep your head down.
With Joshua's side, remember Joshua's represented by Eddie Hearn, Tyson Fury affiliated with Frank Warren. Those two have not done a lot of business over the years, so I think Tyson Fury, who knows,
Yeah, respect to both of them. May the best man win. The inside line, counterpunch to you. I heard that. You know,
is Tyson Fury.
All right, put a little wrap on what we witnessed here today. Any surprises from what you saw or heard?
Not really. These guys both seem very focused, and they both seem kind of in character. I mean, Anthony Joshua is never going to be this guy that storms around, talks about how
don't judge a book by its cover. Andy already proved it without steroids like AJ did.
Is about as aloof as they get. That's why I think Andy Ruiz, the
Gentleman's
atmosphere
game.
of Saudi Arabia,
He just
it's
chugged
not going to bother him all that much.
an OJ. Yeah.
Which was like, you know, London
AJ could
East,
use less
and
logic.
He looked fine. He looked completely composed in that
Ruiz to
situation.
take a punch.
I think he'll be composed
Go back
in
straight
this one as well.
away
All right, well, what a
by Canelo
difference
Alvarez.
6 months make.
Ruiz had, look,
June
one
1st
thing
to
people need to
December 7th.
understand.
That's how long these
Azim,
two
that's a
men
great counterpunch there, brother.
It was Joshua.
Ruiz can take a punch. Even when he got up from that left hook that surprised him and put his ass down. Because you got to think about it. Oh, shit.
Quite literally. Same promoter, though. Eddie Hearn right in the
Oh, that's a repeat. I was thinking,
boxing, but this was truly a stunner, even by his own high standards.
Of course it was.
yeah, you never give your belts off. Yeah, that was a bad thing. Ruiz ain't doing that shit. I bet you Ruiz ain't giving those belts and letting them see it. Yeah, you can take a look at them because you're never going to see them again. So here's the belts. I bet you ain't going to do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people claim not to be superstitious, but that's a certain thing that you do not do. Daniel Collins, counterpunch from London. Counterpunch back to you, brother. Great as usual, UK fan AJ will take this. Matt Joyce, I heard that bold prediction. But back to Azim, you know, look, people forget that Andy Ruiz can take a punch. He took that straight right after he took that punch. And then he got up off the canvas, and he took it well. You know what I mean? So, but you got to look at how he's built. You know what I mean? A tough Mexican like that has a chin. You look at that wide face he has. A lot of people, oh, he's fat. Look, that all contributes for him taking punches. Okay, so he can take a punch.
Is a competitive fight. Usyk making the jump to heavyweight.
Damn, they got this is a stacked house. Jaime Munguia, Gennady Golovkin, Alexander Usyk, Regis Prograis, dude, Inouye versus Donito Donaire, KSI, Logan Paul, Andy Ruiz, and Joshua. Dude, this shit is going to be lit. This is to come, people. All these fights are happening the rest of this year. Packed. The 13th, the 14th of September, the 5th of October, the 12th of October, the 26th of October, the 7th of November, the 9th of November, December 7th. Nice. And this is just boxing, okay? This doesn't include like UFC and all that. This is boxing in particular.
Better not be overlooking him because this guy can punch, he's got power, and he could be dangerous, especially when you're making your debut in the heavyweight.
Ruiz is sipping that gin and juice.
He's going to have the right to challenge the winner.
I want to hear his thoughts after the fight. I don't think it serves him to express his thoughts in such a way before. Ruiz is a Mexican and not American. AJ British, Andy Ruiz disrespected America. Andy, a.k.a. Buster Douglas. Damn. Ruiz looked shook. Ruiz looked away. AJ is all about business. He did look away, though. He could have smiled, but he didn't have to break. So you're right. Hey, great counterpunch. He did that. You know, and Joshua was focused on him. Yeah, he was at Ali versus Foreman. That should tell you something, Norman. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say he has no boxing knowledge. Shit, he was there. You know, Matt Joyce, do you think AJ is angry and has the passion back? You got to see, Matt. Let's hope so.
Doesn't have to be in picture perfect shape,
Ruiz really doesn't look confident when he stares at AJ.
For this rematch, as he was for the first one, that's the big question.
Ruiz can represent whatever he wants. Why show love to a country that hates you and your people? Damn, that ain't no lie. You're right about that. Building walls and shit. That's crazy. You don't see him building a wall in Canada. You know what I mean? Then what happened to the 30 to 50 million a fight heavyweights? I don't know.
September 9th, and it's weekdays from 10 a.m. to noon, covering the biggest sports stories. The Pat McAfee Show. That premieres next Monday. See it live.
I got a bit hype and started on a few people in the Zone Live. Hey, that's what's up. The Zone, look,
And tomorrow, you can see
this hypes the fight.
installment of the Ruiz.
And then they'll be in London, England. Do you know how much flying these people? Look, they went from England to Saudi Arabia. Ruiz flew from LA to Saudi Arabia. Then Saudi Arabia to New York, right? Then they both went to New York. Now they're going to London, right? Now Ruiz has to come back to LA. That's a lot of, man, jet lag. Look, I would take a few days off just to get the jet lag off, you know? Because it's kind of difficult to have that type of, you know, those flying experiences like that. Because I fly a lot. And I feel like shit coming off of like a long flight. Well, especially any flight over 5 hours is long to me. You know what I mean? Because that's the purpose of flying, because you want to get there faster. You know?
It's an amphitheater.
What do you think of AJ's speech during the press conference? Lasana, I think it was inspiring. I think it was inspiring, and it made a lot of sense. You can't, it's nothing bad you can say about it, because it was like, hey, I've lost before. You know, I've given you examples of how I lost, and how I lost is, hey, you know, this is the way I lost. If I would have quit, I wouldn't be here now. If I would have quit after the June 1st, he wouldn't be there right now. So it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Both guys said what they had to say, and they both showed where their backbone and their background was as far as their origin and what drove them, what motivated them. Ruiz, he was a talented kid, but people picked on him. So he probably got in a lot of fights. And it's funny, I bet you Ruiz kicked a lot of ass too if he'd been boxing since he was 6 years old. You know what I mean? A lot of people ran up on Ruiz when he was young, and he tore that ass up. You know what I mean? Picking on him, thinking, oh, he's a fat little Mexican kid. Hey, gordito, you know? And Ruiz put him down, you know? Because it's a unique thing to look that way and can be that fast. Very unique. And it's actually a gift. A lot of people, you know, fuck the appearance, but the appearance is the package. It's a part of the package. If you're Andy Ruiz and people see you, you automatically look at that fat ass dude like, this dude ain't gonna do shit to me. And then boom, out of nowhere, right? He does. And it's a part of the package. If you make him look like a boxer, then there's nothing that would disarm you about him. You know, it's all in the package of deceiving people. It's very deceiving. You see a guy like that, it throws you off. You're like, man, you know, and then this dude can fight, you know, and you know, like you see blubber, you see titties, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk, but the dude will beat you the fuck up. And he was picked on, and his thing, I think, honestly, it's a personal thing for Ruiz. Now that he has money, now that he has some kind of security in the bag, I think he's going to work on his insecurities, because believe it or not, he's always been a fat kid, right? So if he's always been a fat kid, he's going to want to work on the things that I think that bothered him mentally, honestly, because even after he beat Joshua, he was like, I want to be like a Mexican Anthony Joshua. So I think now, don't be surprised 2 or 3 years from now, mark my words, remember this live stream, Ruiz will look like fucking Turtle from Entourage now. Turtle looks totally different. He'll probably go vegan. He'll probably change his whole lifestyle. Then he will look totally different. He'll look like Chaz Bono. Seriously, though, because I think that's something that always bothered him. Because, you know, notice he mentioned that. You know, people, you know, but despite how he looks, he wants to change that, and he probably will. You know, he has the money. Surgery can do wonders for people, you know, seriously. But I mean, who stole the show? Shannon the Cannon Briggs. Let's go champ. You know, that dude, man, 48 years old or almost 48. I think he's 47 or 48. You know, he's more popular now than he was when he was a professional, when he was the champ, right? He's a two-time champion of the heavyweight champion of the world, but really his reigns wasn't long. But how much of Shannon Briggs did you really know? You know, he was beat by Lewis and Vitali and guys like that, you know, these superb bigger guys. But, you know, he really made his voice known later in his life. Let's go champ. When did the let's go champ come into play? Later in his career, when things started like crumbling down, you know, all around him. Okay. And that chant, he had to chant that, you know, and motivate himself. It was a self-motivating recipe. It was medicine for him. Those chants were medicine for Shannon Briggs. So, you know, he's more popular now than he was when he was a champ. That's the crazy thing about it. So that by itself is a blessing. You know what I mean? That's the significance of that. I think AJ is just genuinely nice. Yeah, he is genuinely nice. You know, he's, you know, has respectable people. Think about it. His parents are there. You know, he loves his family. If you're family oriented, like look at Andy Ruiz. He's not just like a dickhead. You know, he said some shitty things, you know, but I mean, he's not like he's not what people would call like a rude, brash person. You know what I mean? Look, his dad was there. He bought a house for his mom. So he's family oriented. He has 5 kids. So when you have family around you, you have to have a certain type of temperament, especially if it's a normal family. Now, if you got a family full of dickheads, that's what you're going to have. You're going to more likely be a dickhead, right? But you know, even Ruiz shows like if you're family oriented, that really bleeds through and it shows your character and it shows, okay, this is where you come from. So I get it, you know. Joshua looks fit and ready to go. Good luck, champ. Peace be with you. Mandy Collins, counterpunch to you. Honestly, I don't think he looked like he'd lost a lot of muscle mass. But, you know, it's he doesn't look that way to me. He looked anxious when he spoke until Shannon Briggs shouted, "Let's go, champ." Then he relaxed. This is going to be an epic fight. TKO Turner, I think he wanted something to break the ice. You know what I mean? And nothing breaks the ice like Shannon, the damn cannon. I think a cannon can break the ice, right? Why they choose a venue that houses so little people? I don't know. That's a good question. But then again, it wasn't really stacked. Right. So they probably invited only a certain people because you didn't see all these other people there. I don't think, you know, you didn't see a lot of people there at all. So if they didn't have a lot of people, why would they have a big venue? You know, AJ got tunnel vision for Ruiz and his titles. He does. He was focused. If you notice, that stare down is symbolic. That stare down represented, look, I'm looking at you. Fuck Wilder. Fuck Fury. You. That's who I'm focused on. And that showed it. If there's anything you've seen from that stare down, he is focused on his opponent. And I hope and pray that Ruiz is focused on him too. Because again, I don't want Ruiz to fall into the Roberto Duran shit where he's, you know, not at himself and this money has really deterred him versus motivated him. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he's at 100% too. So weird, I know AJ lost, but in my head, AJ still wins the second fight. He beat Povetkin with a good game plan, and I rate Povetkin higher than Ruiz as a counterpuncher. I don't know. I don't know now. Probably once upon a time, Povetkin was, you know, and I don't know about now because fighters get older, you know. But Povetkin really surprised me with his stamina in that. So, you know. It's almost like AJ forgot how to fight smaller guys, even though he has done it before. You know, but it's hard if you're thinking about a tall, wiry guy like Wilder or Fury. Then they changed the whole, because even Jarrell Miller was taller than Ruiz, a couple inches taller than Ruiz. You know, so he didn't have to target down and change his game plan that much to fight Jarrell Miller. He just wanted to fuck Jarrell Miller up when Jarrell Miller was there. It was kind of like, oh, fuck, well, bring me whoever. You know, I'm fighting in Madison Square Garden. I don't care who it is, the best fighter, right? So, you know, but I think that's his kryptonite, honestly. I think it is. It's only 15,000 people. It is. It's crazy. You know, that is, you know, at least have it somewhere with 80,000. Because what was the whole thing? The whole thing about Joshua was he could fill up a Wembley Stadium for 90,000 people, 80,000 people. Why would you get a venue for 14,000 people? I'm going to tell you why. Money. That's it. Money. You know? AJ KO's Ruiz. AJ looking slim and already looks ready. I think he's been training, you know. I think he has like a new addiction to win, to beat Andy Ruiz. How bad did people want to see Floyd lose? People wanted to see Floyd lose so bad they wanted Floyd to come back to the sport so he can. They don't even care if he was out of his prime. They wanted to see him fight, you know, and lose. They hated Floyd. But you got to question yourself, why did they hate Floyd so much? You know what I mean? I know women hated him for beating up or getting into his child's mom. We don't know all those issues about that. We don't know that whole story, you know, because women can, you know, attack you and then claim the victim later on, you know, not saying he didn't do it because he, you know, he's a boxer. Because he teed off on 50 Cent. He could have teed off on one of his baby mamas. But then, you know, I think that was another reason or an excuse for people to hate him. But that doesn't explain why other people hate Floyd so much. You know what I mean? You know, he can be a dickhead or whatnot. He played the villain. But when you play the villain, the problem could lie where people, after you've made your money, your career's over, you know, it was a promotional thing to be looked at as a villain. People will still hate you. So that's one of the problems, you know? So George Underwood, I think that was the problem. He set out to be the villain and people took it personally, you know? Year of the Fights, 2009, absolutely. Andreas Martin, absolutely. We got a lot of fights. I think we got about 7 fights coming up, you know? Ruiz is a tough breed. Yeah, he is a tough breed. He's a special breed. He's a fat man that can take a punch, that can fight. You know, Glenn Mountain, Ruiz is going to the exact same in the rematch. That's what he should do. He should come in the exact same. He shouldn't slim down at all. He should do that after his career, or he's still a young guy. I think he's like 30, you know? He can do all that surgery and shit and dedicate himself to getting his body the way he always wanted it to be later on. But right now, this is working for him. So let it be, you know? Ruiz can beat Joshua and Joshua can beat Ruiz. Just me, or do they not seem like Joshua trying to convince everyone that he is focused, almost hateful? Yes, do not know, but they feel a bit like a facade, unfortunately. And Kurt, what do you think of AJ's speech during the press conference? Both looked exhausted. Hell, Nick, I believe they both was tired as hell, man. You know what I mean? All that flying, think about it. You flew from London to Saudi to New York, now New York to London. They got to get on a plane now. They're getting on a plane in a couple hours to fly over there for a press conference just like this one in the morning. And I will be here to cover it live once again. You know, I want to see the energy from the UK because I know it's going to be lit. You know what I mean? Because it's different energy over there. Boxing means more to the UK fans than it does over here. You know, we had that same energy like in the 80s and the 70s and in the 60s and the 40s, you know, stuff like that. But over there, it's been just alive and well. Jet lag is horrible, Mandasolo is. Absolutely. I do agree. AJ will get it. AJ will get it is into Andy's head. We'll get into Andy's head, yeah. No. That that would be beneficial for Anthony Joshua to do that. The fight schedule was meant to benefit AJ. Yeah, who is paying Shannon is what I want to know. I don't know. That's a good question. You know, they probably offered him a fight or something, you know, because I think Shannon Briggs I think he just wants to fight. He wants to prove something to somebody. He wants an opportunity. I think someone should give it to him. But the last time, I think he popped dirty for something, and I can't remember what it was. I think Tyson Fury is a number 1, Deontay Wilder 2, and 3, Joshua Ruiz. Hey, you know, however that goes, they're all behind each other. Right? And it doesn't matter until everyone fights everyone. You know, Ruiz doesn't really care if he loses or wins, but he knows he's going to be a lot richer afterwards. Hey, he is. So I'd be smiling my ass off too. I wish I was Ruiz right now. I would train to knock out Joshua like I did before because he's already done it. So he has he has the ace in the hole right there. But that could be a bad thing if he thinks that, you know, something can't change in the rematch. Ruiz is a better boxer. He's a better counterpuncher. I can tell you that much. You know? John Briggs. How's AJ? A hype job. AJ going to win on December 7th. I heard that. Is that Sizwe? Counterpunch to you. Okay, let's see. Stephen Harrison, love your channel, my man. Thank you for the support. He wants to go to heaven. AJ will take him in 7. Damn, I heard that, Yoli Sikh, a.k.a. Muhammad Ali, rhyme himself. Counterpunch to you. He was only able to land those punches before AJ because AJ thought he had him beat and rushed in. He didn't trouble AJ at all other than that and obviously after. And that's true. I do agree with that. I mean, that left hook changed everything. And if you look back at that fight, Andy Ruiz didn't really know he landed, but he didn't know to the extent that he landed until he seen Joshua go back. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh shit, let me get him. You know what I mean? Look at that fight again and look at the highlights of that fight. When he landed that left hook, he really didn't even know because he was really coming off a knockdown himself. So he just threw the fucker, right? And it was just perfect from his height. You know what I mean? He was fighting upward. He was swinging upward, and it landed in a perfect area, the temple. Ruiz has the hand speed that can win again if Joshua don't learn how he lost. Well, I just posted a video about Joshua, and he said he did know what happened. So, you know, check that out, guys. I got 1 minute on the chat remaining. AJ had the glazed look because he has a lot going on in his head. You can see he kept clenching his knuckles. That's a sign of someone who is ready to fight. Yeah, it did look like he was ready to take a test. You know what I mean? It looked like he was like, you know how like you feel before you're about to take a test, you're nervous, that, you know what I mean? You got that anxiety going. Let's go, champ. Good vibe. $50. Joey Ocean. Yeah, that was great. That was a great support on the super chat. I think Chisora will beat Parker. Oh man, I got to do one. I got to counterpunch that later. Shannon Briggs laughed. It's mad when he called Mavad in that river. Adam Moe, dude, that shit was phenomenal. Phenomenal. He caught his ass and then he flipped over. Oh man, that's crazy. Did you listen to Ruiz's dad? He said he doesn't think that his son will win and said AJ is a better man. Ruiz will be one cloud 9. Joshua should maul him, tie him up, stop him swinging and frustrate him. He should do that, you know? Irish Rover, Fury is our boss, the real boss. Irish Rover in the building. There's only one Tyson Fury, says Irish Rover. Oh, AJ is no fake. He will destroy. Hey, Kurt, what you doing? Brother, AJ lost that fight. Okay, before he got in the ring. This time he is focused on Ruiz. Is a different fight this time. Yomi Ali, we got to see. Alu, AJ defeat is a blessing. He will definitely come back and better and be clinical. I heard that. And he called out Shannon's name in an interview early this week. Shannon there to trap Eddie Hearn. We wish he keeps his mouth closed. Joshua's a fake. I've been saying it for years. John Beggies. Big up to you, Counterpunch. The reason why people can't say 100% Ruiz will do the same is because AJ knows he can hurt him. And that's true. You know, that's confidence by itself also. So we have to remember that, you know. He knows, like, if I can get that left hook to him, I know I can hurt him with my punching power. Now, if that knockdown from Ruiz never happened and Andy just destroyed him, that's a totally different situation, right? Ryan, yeah, this channel is awesome. I got psyched when I get the upload notifications. Thank you for your support, brother. Waylo83, AJ hardly ever clinches and fights and really needs to add that to his game. He does. Someone like Rob McCracken should teach him. If he can, he should bring someone that knows how to do that. Like Vladimir Klitschko. Great counterpunch. Because, you know, he knows the experience of clinching a fighter, and he knows the importance of clinching. Not excessive clinching, just clinching enough to get the job done. Turkey for Christmas. Andy is looking appetizing. Oh, you guys are a trip. Glenn Mountain. Good evening, Kurt. Here from the UK. Shouts out to you. Joshua was pissed Andy was laughing during the face-off with his fake innocent smile, but Anthony Joshua isn't falling for it this time. Yeah, he looked mad, you know. Let's see how he can implement that. But guys, this was great. The press conference is over. I got to run. Everyone on the chat, it's been real. You guys, stay tuned for the UK press conference tomorrow. I will put it in the community so keep everyone updated. You guys tell me what you think about this press conference in New York. Was it better than the one in Saudi Arabia? I think so. You know, I think it took a little long, but this one did too. You know what I mean? It was definitely different, you know? Yomi, I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know the time because I don't know what time the press conference is in the UK, but it should be early since they're hours. It's like 6 hours ahead of us. So stay tuned for that, guys. Everyone, Loke Dog in the house. Absolutely. Loke Dog, I'm going live during the press conference. So I'm doing that during the whole thing so we can go blow by blow. You know, Azim, thank you for the subscription. Everyone, you guys have been counterpunched. Peace.